Welcome, sports fans, to the Prince William Ice Center, home of the George Mason University Patriots. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. We've got a great game tonight as they play the University of North Carolina at Wilmington, the Seahawks. All right, Phil, what do you think of tonight's game?
Well, you know, George Mason is coming off a really tough loss last night in Charlottesville against JMU. They were down 3-2 in the second, still a tight game, and then eventually they did end up losing 6-2 in the third period. I see them coming out tonight fast, strong, looking to put that big W up in the column there, John.
They did lose their first game of the season. They had a preseason loss against the Extreme, and that's, again, a very good junior team who, you know, you're going to have what you're going to have. And they started every player rather than just the 21 they get for an ACHA game. So no, you can't expect everything from something like that. But tonight, a little bit of a different story. UNCW wants to have them feel the teal. What do you think George Mason is going to have to do to keep this team in?
Well, one thing is they're going to have to stay out of the box. The game that we saw up there in Ashburn.
Ashburn Extreme, thank you.
They took a lot of penalties, a lot of stupid penalties at times. So staying out of the box and taking advantage of that power play. They had a couple in there the other night. Just keep it going, clicking on all cylinders there, and they should be okay.
All right, well, thank you for viewing here on crossicefeed.com. I want to make something clear. We are going through Ustream.tv, and Ustream does play ads occasionally. So if you see something coming with an ad coming, pick your time to watch it. During an intermission is great, or pick during a break in the action. Nothing we can do to control that, unfortunately. It's just something we have to deal with at the level we're at. However, you can fix this with I believe it's a $3.99 a month subscription. Doesn't go to us. That's through Ustream, so you have no more commercials. Just got to get that out of the way and make sure we make it clear. Not on us. The only commercials we have will be during intermissions. You won't have to worry about that. We will not cut away from a goal for an intermission, for a commercial. All right, well, I guess it's going to wrap it up for us. We'll send you to the drop of the puck and all of the action right after this. Go ahead and...
Hockey rivalries are tough, but saving money with Geico is easy. Geico, proud partner of the NHL.
You call yourself a muskrat?
There are days, and there are glory days.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost for our first game of the season here on crossicefeed.com. George Mason University Patriots, University of North Carolina at Wilmington, the Seahawks. George Mason in the gold sweaters. UNCW looking like the old San Jose Sharks. Cordova to take the face-off against Benny Clark. Cordova will win it back to Pejao. Sends it over the far side boards up ahead to Cordova. He'll chip it into the far zone. Into the corner it goes, back behind the net. Mason trying to play it in front. Back round, in front, quick shot comes there from number 26, Sev Cordova. Back out to Pejao, who keeps it in. Off the glass it goes, now for Kevin Mullaney. Mullaney for the UNC Dubs will put it back around behind. And it'll come back to the near side. Pejao trying to play it off with Alex Mandeville. Mandeville will have it. He sends a cross-ice pass. Goes through for Cordova. He'll flip it to the net. Quick save made there by Nick Lenker in net for the Seahawks. Back to the near side it goes. Mullaney will chip it in for Garrett Pohl. Pohl swings around his own net, sends a long toss along the near side for Brian Bach. Bach gets his pocket picked by Tyler Evangelos. Back to the near side it goes, back over the far side boards. Garrett Pohl chipping it along to the near side. It's intercepted by Evangelos. He plays pitch and catch with Bill Franz. Franz looks up the far side. GMU will intercept. Bach has a chance at it, but he's going to have it taken away quickly by Dylan Baker. Back in Patriot territory. It's sent through the neutral zone. Evangelos will have it now. No, I'm sorry, that's Bill Franz. Mason back with Bach. He will send it once he hits the red line. Stopped by Lenker, the goaltender, behind his own net. Swings back around to the near side for Evangelos. Evangelos chipping it through for Ryan Eng. Intercepted by Mason. Quick shot in front. No, nothing doing right there. It was Jeff Egan who had the chance in front. Back along this near side corner, Egan wearing the 74 sweater, digging for it. He's lost his stick. He'll go back for it now. Back over to those far side boards where Dylan Baker will have a chance with it. He'll center it through for Gino Lamanna. Lamanna along the outside looking for an option. Takes the quick shot on starting goaltender Nick Wayland. Wayland with the easy save, steers it aside. Hayden Lopez along that far side, long toss. It's going to be stopped up by Zach Cormier. Quick shot from the near side boards by Egan. Nothing doing there. Back over that far side. 17:40 remains here in the first. No score. Quick shot from the far point. Hayden Lopez just a little high, but Lenker's going to snatch that out of the air.
Yeah, and you know what, John? Good pressure from George Mason so far. They're coming out, and they have something to prove right now. They're all gears going.
We'll have the face-off to the far side now. Patriots will have it. A chance off there from Will Edler. Cleared out. Taken now by Peugeot to the near side. He's trying to work it through to Vecchio. Vecchio along the outside. Looks for the shot. It's wide of the net. Gloved out of the air by Dylan Baker. I'm sorry, that's Lenker. Lenker in net. See a goalie with 27, not one of the more common goalie numbers. And they got a man of 34 right below it, and it's throwing me off. 34, not a goaltender. Face-off one to the near side by UNCW. As it goes over the far side. They like to go by Dub Hockey, as is their Twitter, and it's back the other way now for Mandeville. Mandeville lost it at the blue line, but it's back the other way now for Max Miller. Miller over to Furtado and over to the far side. Quick shot comes through. Save made on the glove right in front, and Mason manages to push to the outside, but still with it are the Seahawks. Over to the far side now, Nick Baker will have a chance to take it away for the Patriots, and they'll recoil in their own zone. Forcing it up ahead, the chance for Cordova just a bit too far, but taken away quickly. And it's going to go away again. Cleared into Seahawk territory. It's over to the far side for Joe Callahan. Callahan puts it to the near side. Back up now for Pejao, and now Mandeville trying to fight that one off. Centering pass, but nobody there on the receiving end. 16:30 remains here in the first. No score. Over on that far side, it's Daniel Burbis with that puck to the near side boards. Cordova trying to get in there. He sticked it away, but he couldn't get back to it. He was held up along the way. Up and out of the Seahawks zone. Now into Patriot territory. Far side it goes for Aaron Shields. Shields will put it ahead, and it's back the other way. Shields will have to go and fetch it. He'll get a little bit of help from Nick Whalen. To the far side corner it goes. Played off by Zagate. Quick play in front, intercepted by Pohl. Over on that far side boards. Kept in an opportunity there from Jordan Ricci. Nothing doing. A quick shot and a better save made by Nick Whalen. He's going to freeze this one with 15:47. Face off one to that far side. Patriots with it, and he's going to get tripped up. Look like we will have that call. Tripping call against the Seahawks.
And this is what George Mason was looking for. Hopefully, get on the power play here early and go up by one quickly. Shots are on goal right now, 2-2. So let's see if we can get that numbers up increased.
In the box will be Benny Clark. 2 minutes for tripping. Face-off won by the Patriots. It's back along this near side. Fighting for that puck, battling Cordova, and Cordova. As it goes around, back up to the near side for Sev Cordova. Back now it goes to the near side, trying to punch that one through, nothing doing. On the near side, forcing it ahead is Ryan Eng. Over to that far side. That's Sev Cordova. His brother Tony, I believe it's his brother. I probably should check on that before I just assume. We have Tony Cordova in the 21 sweater and Sev Cordova in the 26 sweater, and I just realized that there's two of them. And they both go into this near side corner, but they're not going to come out with the puck. Baker will be the one who has it a little further back. He swings to the far point. Back in that far side corner, now it goes for Sev Cordova. Up top for Baker. Baker from the top of the slide, big shot, and he caught the pad. And is cleared up and away by the Seahawks. Long toss ahead to Mandeville. Centering pass intercepted. It's back the other way now for an unnamed player. To come back now to the near side, it goes for Sprankle. Rob Sprankle battling for that one deep in the Patriot zone. Coming back out will be Nick Baker. Baker at center, now swings to the far side boards. Long toss to the near side. Goes for Pejao. Ahead for Lovejoy. Lovejoy sends it to the far side boards, trying to find Bach. Bach barely can corral it. He will finally get it around for Zagate. He won't have it for long. It's forced over the far side. And we'll have a puck out of play into that far bench. 15 seconds remains on that power play for the Patriots.
And John, they've had some really good looks there. Just maybe get the passes down a little bit more cleaner, right on target, and maybe they could do something with it.
It is early in the season. You're going to have those issues in those first few games. Looks like they're going to move the face-off outside. It's going to be chipped away. A little par 3 shot for the Seahawks. Swinging back around is Garrett Pohl. To the near side for Lovejoy. Lovejoy centering pass. Zagate wasn't there for it. Back out it goes. Come ahead for Gina Lamanna. Lamanna swinging to the outside. It's even strength now as that penalty expires. He's swinging around. Quick shot made there. Lamanna will try to get it back. Right in the way is Kevin Mullaney. Benny Clark out of the box. Will have the centering pass intercepted by Brian Bach. Bach through center. He's got a man beside him. Looks back and he goes to the wrong side with it. He'll be back the other way for Kevin Mullaney. Chasing after it is Benny Clark. He won't get to it. It's sticked away. Kevin Mullaney will have it on the far side. He winds up with a shot. Save made by Whalen. He's going to hang on to that one.
Whalen's seeing the puck right now. I mean, the Seahawks are not getting that much traffic in front of him. He's made square their shots. I mean, he's keeping his cool right now out there.
We'll have the face-off. Quick shots just wide of the net. Daniel Gassel was that one on the face-off. It had a big hit now on the near side boards. It was Pejao and Mullaney who were there in the corner. Back up, it's intercepted and sent wide of the net by the Seahawks. Patriots will work it out from behind their own net. They're trying to escape at this point. With it is Nick Baker. Baker finally gets through line to line. He puts the shot on stick to side of that far side boards. It's picked away for Connor Gear. Gear's opportunity will be sticked away. Bouncing puck will go over, and they're going to call it an offsides call. Looks like someone was still in that zone when they launched the puck.
Just by a little bit, John. Just by a little bit. Try to sneak in there, but he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar a little bit.
It definitely happens. 12:30 remains here in the first. No score. It's zip-zip. Face-off won by the Seahawks of UNC-Wilmington. Up ahead to the far side it goes for Lamanna. Lamanna centering that through to Dylan Baker, but it's taken off of him. Evangelist will take it back now. He leads the rush. Takes the shot off of a skate, and it's back the other way now for Jeff Egan. Egan's got a 3-on-2 developing if he can get there fast enough. Delays on the far side, puts it to the net, and it's snapped up by Nick Lenker.
So far, the takeaways here have been favoring George Mason a little bit. Been able to get that puck and get down towards the net there.
Face off over to the far side. We're going to have it won by Bill Franz, who'll take it over the far side. Ahead for Ryan Eng. Eng trying to get it through for Baker. Nothing doing. Will we get the icing? We will. We're going to have a little bit of argument on that one. People aren't happy with that icing call.
Yeah, and the Seahawks did not like that call.
We'll have a face-off deep in Seahawk territory. Goes over to the far side, back to near now. Dylan Baker with the biscuit now. He sends it in to the Patriots zone. Shields going after it. He'll touch up. He's going to have a nice collision there with LaManna. Getting in there was Baker. Quick shot, save made. Rebound, a third opportunity, and covering up is Whalen. He had that door shut.
And he's getting his nice thank you from the crowd there, John. He had a little traffic there.
We have quite the crowd here tonight. Impressive for a 10-20 start. Stands are definitely full.
Yeah, we even got a couple signs down there too, actually, and a George Mason hat too.
They are the George Mason University Patriots. A shot just off the side of the cage. Whalen was caught going the wrong direction on that one too. He was definitely screened. Back along the near side, Mandeville working it out of his own zone, but it's going to be intercepted by Max Miller on the errant pass. Quick shot off of the skate of Pejao. Back to the near side it goes. That's Baker trying to work that puck in off of his skates. It goes through from Mandeville. Centering pass for Cordova. Cordova took Cordova, trying to work it on that far side. That's Tony trying to center it for Sev. Sev will get back to it. Back over to Mandeville on the near side. Shot off a skate, bouncing puck, and it's intercepted there by Lenker, who will close it up. Good opportunity there with 11 minutes remaining. Back and forth. Mason just couldn't be stopped on those passes.
Yeah, and right now the shots are 4-4 right now apiece. So right now it's been a very even kill.
Cordova will win it back to Cordova, who takes the shot. It's off a shin pad. Tony working it down low, 7 to the corner. And it's intercepted now by Joe Callahan, who puts the brakes on and sends it over the far side. Quick shot off of the skate of Baker. Put it back around behind the net for Pejao. And out on the near side for, I believe that's Mandeville. It's caught out of the air. That had to hurt from Ryan Eng. No, I'm sorry, that was Miller. Sent back into that far side corner right in front of the Mason Patriots dasher ad. To the near side it goes for Baker. Long toss to the near side, the far side corner. That is going to be an icing call.
You know, John, I give George Mason a lot of credit. Right now, they are getting in the lanes of the Seahawks. A lot of deflected pucks off the shins and the skates. We're going to have some bruises there later on tonight there. You have to take those off.
Yeah, they might wear padding, but it does little more than prevent your bones from shattering. Over to the far side it goes. Baker going to scoop it up off the inboards. Puck stopped at the red line. Back through it goes over to the near side. Bouncing puck through. Bach trying to work it out. It goes ahead now for Tarek Zagade. Zagade looking for it. Bouncing in front. Shot. He scores! Tyler Lovejoy from the doorstep. Hops it into the back of the net. It's 1-0 Patriots.
And you know what? He got right behind the defense. And when that puck came up from behind the net, he was able just to poke it right under the goalie.
Beautiful play. Lovejoy snuck in there. No one saw him coming, and that includes the goaltender. It's 1-0.
And this crowd went wild. It's good to have him on ice.
And Lovejoy will win the ensuing face-off at center ice. Zagade will get the first assist. I didn't hear who that second assist was to. Maybe we can get that later. As it comes back now to the near side corner after the big hit on the far side boards. Puck carried through by Evangelos. He goes coast to coast and over to the far side. Sends it to the near side boards. Nobody there on the connection. Back ahead it goes from Brian Bach. Bach to Gassel. Gassel battling for it, but it's going to be taken away there by Rob Sprankle. Bach knocks him down at center. Over to that far side it goes. It's going to be played away by Bill Franz over to the far side for Sprankle. Sprankle sends it the long way to Mulaney, and over to the far side boards. Chipped up and just barely kept in. It's going to go back behind the George Mason net. Carried up ice by Nick Baker. He centers it. It's intercepted. Baker will have a chance back on it. Surprising turn of events there. Puck lofted in. Playing a shortstop will be Whalen, and he manages to drop it back behind the net.
It's getting a little chippy out there, John.
Just a little
bit.
From behind the net, Mason works the breakout to the near side, bounces it ahead, and no one else there to do it, so it's going to be Zach Cormier kind of pick that one up. Far side it goes for Baker. Baker to Peugeot, back in his own zone. Long toss on, it's going to be stopped. Trying to get there will be Will Edler, nothing doing on the far side. Another chance for Baker to keep it on that blue line. Unable to hold off the onslaught there as it goes back to the near side. Quick shot by Cormier, saved by Whalen. Right in the breadbasket. He's going to hang on to that one.
That's actually the Seahawks' first shot. I would say probably in about 4 minutes there, John. They just can't get any offense going right now. George Mason's just clogging up the neutral zone for them.
And they'll take it. There's been a lot of turnovers in that neutral zone, but not too many in the Patriot territory. 7:49 remains here in the first. It's 1-0 George Mason. You're watching CrossIceFeed.com. Thank you for tuning in, as we'll have the faceoff won by the Patriots over to the far side. Sev Cordova on the far side boards, trying to work it through. Pohl will have it in his own zone after catching it off the inboards. He chips it ahead for Cordova. Centering pass goes through, and they're going to whistle a penalty from the backside, and this was going to be a rough against Cordova, I believe.
Unfortunately, John, you kind of see it happening. I mean, it was getting physical out there.
I will stand corrected. It is Max Miller going to the box. We're going to have a George Mason power play.
Yeah, I thought they did call in George Mason too, John.
As it goes back now, goes Baker over to the far side as we have just 5 seconds off of this power play. Tony Cordova down low will put it up to the far side point for Baker. Baker back to Cordova. Down to Sev Cordova down low. Chips it through to Tony Pejao. Shot. Oh, it's just off the side of the pad and the side of the cage. Over to the far side now for Sev Cordova. Down low to Tony. Up top to Baker at the far point. He looks for the shot. Bouncing puck in front. And it's covered up by Lanker. I'm not sure I managed to get a handle on that one, but he did. 1:29 remains on the power play.
Keeping it cool. George Mason just needs to make sure they're keeping it cool. There's a roughing call there for Miller.
Puck launched the length of the ice. Is going to be stopped by Whalen. Pejao will leave it off for Baker. Baker over to the far side, working the breakout through Pejao, trying to find Mandeville. It's intercepted by Rob Sprankle. Right in front of the scorekeeper's box. Baker will retrieve it. Comes down to the near side, waiting to get across that blue line. Drops it back for Tony Cordova. No, and he gives it right back. Right in front, trying to work the tic-tac-toe to Cordova. Nothing doing there. A good save.
Penalty coming up, John.
We'll have a delayed penalty call. Mason should probably be trying to get this one over because it's going to be 5-on-3. Interference the call. I'm guessing when that play was in front. Just being stuffed up enough. That'll do it. We're going to have 5-on-3 action for 44 seconds.
Sometimes the guy's just trying to help his goaltender out here. He's trying to get that away. A little bit too much getting called for the interference.
In the box will be Gino Lamanna. 44 seconds of 5-on-3 hockey. Face-off one, back to Baker. Oh. Pejao calling for it. He'll get it back over to Baker. Has trouble corralling it. Pejao gets it back to Baker. Over the near side, he's trying to work that through for, I believe that's Andrew Nash. No, that's Brian Bach, I'm sorry. Zagade puts it over. Bouncing puck goes over the cage. Zagade chasing it down to that far side corner. 20 seconds remain on the 5-on-3. Bach pinches in on the near side, trying to get it. It's up for Pejao at the near point. Over to the far side for Baker. Near side for Bach. Up top to Pejao. To Baker. Bach, shot, save, rebound, bounces wide. 5 seconds left of 5-on-3. Goalie on his backside. Zagade with it still. Bach has it. We're 5-on-4. To the far side for Baker. Pejao chips it back over to Baker. Bach up top for Pejao. They'll slow it down. They have 1:06 left on the power play. 5-on-4. Bach at the near point. Over to the far side it goes for Baker. Across to Bach. Backhand effort. Puck laying there in front. It's going to go back for Zagade. Zagade over to Baker. Baker to Pejao. They're just playing with him at this point. Bach back to the near side. 45 seconds remain. Bach takes that shot. Bouncing puck goes wide. Baker on the far side. He has a far point. To the near point for Bach. Bach surveys his options. Back to Pejao. He shoots. And we're going to get a whistle here. I think it's going to be man in the crease or the net's off. I really can't tell.
You know, George Mason only has 9 shots on goal, but number 27, Lenker, for the Seahawks, he is just on his head spinning. Like, shots might not show anything right now, but, I mean, he is working right now.
And really, the power play has been dominating. There has been no chances for Wilmington to get that puck off of them. Second unit on, we'll have Shields over for Pole. They got 25 seconds to work with. To Cordova, back to Shields, and now for Sev Cordova. Tony to the far side corner. Down low for Sev Cordova. I really hope I'm pronouncing that first name right. I do apologize if I'm wrong. And UNC will have a chance to get it up and out. That's Rob Sprankle, who wasted no effort in slap-shotting that one away. Back it goes for Shields. Shields will send it ahead. Cordova tried to tip it. Did he get it? Nope. We're going to have an icing call, and that's going to be the end of the power play for the George Mason Patriots. They'll come up nil.
That was a good power play. Going from the 5-on-3 until that expired. They were in the Seahawks zone for a good 2 minutes and like 30-plus seconds before the Seahawks were able to clear it. They had them going.
We'll have the face-off won by George Mason. Shields will have it behind his own net. A little bit of pressure behind him from Benny Clark. Clark getting the stick in there. No, oh, we will get the call. And the couple fans in attendance for UNC-Wilmington are not pleased, but he definitely got the stick up in there.
He got called for the hook, yes.
So with 3:57 remaining here in the first period and a 1-0 score in favor of the George Mason University Patriots, we'll have another power play for the boys in gold.
And I think the Seahawks, frustration right now is settling in, and I think that's why all these penalties are coming up all of a sudden.
It will definitely be something to fix in the intermission. We'll definitely have to talk about that in our intermission report. Mandeville working it down low, trying to work that puck away. Hooking is, in fact, the call. As it's finally dug out. Back up top to Pejao. Pejao from the near point. Down on the half boards to Cordova. Quick shot, it's sticked away. And then launched the length of the ice. A good clear there by the Seahawks. Pejao will play it back behind the net and leave it for Baker. The first unit back on. Baker goes cross ice to Pejao. Sent the length of the ice on the errant pass, and Whalen will sneak his way out on the T-pushes to work to the near side. Over to the far side for Pejao from Baker. He'll send it around the horn. Minute 9 remains on the power play for the Patriots. Over to that far side it goes for Pejao. Down low for Cordova. Cordova working it. And it's going to be taken away, up and out. A little more difficult on this power play for sure.
If they're brothers, can we kind of call them like the Sodine twins? You know?
I'm going with brothers-in-law so far. I mean, it sounds like a lawful one. Cordova is intercepted. Back through for LaManna. Quick shot. It goes wide. Back on the near side it goes for Lovejoy, who has the lone tally of the night. Bach Big cross-ice feed there as Bach will launch it off of a shin pad. Zagade gives chase. 26 seconds remain on the power play as Bach takes it to the near side corner of the Seahawks zone. Up top for Baker. Far side for Shields. We got a little bit of a mixed effort now. Shields will center it through, but it's intercepted by LaManna, who takes it the other way. He'll carry this time. They need fresh legs on, and they're not going to mess around. LaManna looking to kill some time. He does. Whalen makes the save. Is he going to move it? He will. Up ahead for Aaron Shields. Ahead to Bach. Brian Bach dangles his way past another man. Quick shot. Save made, but what an effort.
A little, left, right,
Well, he had the dangled toe drag around the second defender, that's for sure. What a thing of beauty. 1:52 remains in the first. We're a five-a-side hockey once more. 1-0 your score in favor of the George Mason University Patriots. Round behind the net, it'll go for Jordan Ricci. To the far side for Jeff Egan. Egan to Shields at the near point. He takes the shot, blocker, save made. Puck left in front, and it's going to be taken away by Egan. Egan back behind the net. Minute 30 remains here in the first. Far side it goes for Gear. Gear back, loses it for Shields. Forcing his way ahead is Furtado. Alex Furtado had a great chance there. Far side it goes. Pitawanaquat with that puck, and it goes over the far side board. Shields with it again. Shields forces the man into the boards. Back up to that far side it goes for Evangelos. Near side boards. Another big hit going. Cleared up and away. Trying to get it through is going to be Jeff Egan. Nothing doing there. Evangelos will pick his pocket, and it's sent back the other way. Furtado will chip it in and negate the icing call. We have just 46 seconds remaining in the period. Ahead now, a little bit of a hook going as Dan Vecchio had a chance at it. Back along this near side, Vecchio battling for that one, and Baker will get it away. Nope, it's right back to him, but Baker still has it. Vecchio still fighting for that puck. What an effort there. A lot of heart going as it comes back into that near side corner of enemy territory. Round the boards to the far side it goes for Rob Sprankle. Sprankle with it still. Forces it ahead to the near side for Mulaney. Mulaney on the outside. He's got 12 seconds to go. Quick shot by Clark. Save made by Whalen. Heads down in his pads and he throws it.
Oh,
Get that out of here.
Yeah, number 13 there. He got a little extra stick there right when the whistle was going, and goalie didn't like it.
I don't blame him one bit. That lumber hurts. 9.1 seconds remain in the first period of play. Face-off won by George Mason. They'll send it up and over. 4 seconds remain. We're going to get the icing call. We will. 2 seconds remain on the period.
What, the record for a goal is, 3 seconds?
I think you need 3 seconds. I think that someone worked that out once.
So I don't know how much we're going to get here in 2, but we'll see.
Face-off won by the Patriots. They won a lot of face-offs on this game, and it certainly helped. We'll have the end of the first period of play. Your score, George Mason University 1, the University of North Carolina at Wilmington 0. I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost for CrossSizedFeed.com. We'll come back to the intermission report right after this.
NHL rivalries have existed for a long time. Rivalries on the ice. Rivalries in the stands. And certainly rivalries off the ice. But one thing hockey fans can agree on is that Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Geico, proud partner of the NHL.
There are days, and there are glory days.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost here on CrossIceFeed.com. Good game so far. 1-0 your score in favor of the George Mason University Patriots. I tell you, this is the best Patriots-Seahawks game you're going to see. I've been waiting for that all period.
I can see you doing it because I really don't like New England Patriots. So, yeah, you know what? And George Mason, they had the 4 power plays. They didn't get anything on the power play. They wish they would have got a little bit more of it. But there was a lot of good looks. They had a lot of good passing and shooting in there. And they really did try to take full advantage, especially that 40 seconds of 5-on-3.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't get the points on it, but dominating play in that 5-on-3. And yes, I realize it's a 2-man advantage, and that's somewhat to be expected. But there's a difference between doing well and doing very well. And that power play did very well, points notwithstanding.
And like I said earlier, from that 5-on-3, they did not clear the zone until almost the end of that second penalty. So they were on the Seahawks zone for a good 2 minutes and 30 seconds plus. So, I mean, they really worked on that and tired the Seahawks out. And you can see it in the expression of the Seahawks. They're frustrated right now.
Yeah, it's definitely settling in. In the intermission, I'm sure they're going over that of, hey, it's a 1-0 game. We have to buckle down and get back into this. Play solid hockey.
Yeah, and, we weathered the storm. We did. We maybe took some unfavorable penalties. Let's just get our heads back in it, and now that's probably what the Seahawks are saying right now.
Meanwhile, in the George Mason locker room, I'm sure it's a little more pleasant environment, but they have to remember it is only a 1-0 game, and opening night with a full crowd, they definitely want to have every bit of full steam behind them.
And stay composed, too. They were getting physical as well back there, and you just don't want to take that one penalty that's just going to put Seahawks in the power play and maybe cost them that shorthanded goal.
And that's just it. You never know. All it takes is one effort, and the referee always catches a retaliation.
Yes, that's what I teach my students all the time. It's not who did it first, it's whoever gets caught the second time.
That's exactly true. All right, well, the Zamboni's off. I'm sure we'll be back to action soon enough. In the meantime, I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back, sports fans, to the second intermission of play. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost. The opening face-off won back by Wilmington, but they will put it into Patriot territory. Over the far side it goes. Quick shot, bouncing puck in front. Mulaney had the opportunity from Joe Callahan's shot. Callahan will get it back. Sent up the length of the ice. Callahan will put the brakes on it. Over the far side. Oh, big hit behind the net by Mandeville. Sent over that far side boards for Jordan Ricci. Back the other way it goes for Rob Sprankle. Sprankle. Quick shot beside him. Save made! The man beside him was Clark. Bouncing puck again. Somehow stays outside of that net. What an opportunity. You had Ben Lovejoy diving all the way to the ice and spreading out to try and block the pass. He couldn't. But Benny Clark couldn't get that puck elevated. Good save there. Back goes now Sprankle again, trying to sweep it through. Puck sticks on the still wet ice. Far side it goes for Bach. Brian Bach trying to sweep it ahead and hits a wet spot. Back the other way. Quick shot by Franz. Blocker save, sent wide. Far side boards it goes for Gino LaManna. Far boards, Ryan Eng. Will play it off for LaManna. Centering pass swept away. Quick shot, save made by Whalen. And it's getting chippy in front. We have seen a very different start to this period.
Yeah, the UNC Seahawks came out and they're trying to prove something. They are physical and they are getting down and dirty right now. Some of the Mason players are looking around to see if calls are going to be called, but the referees are kind of swallowing the whistle at the moment.
18:38 remains here in the second. 1-0 your score in favor of George Mason. Back along the near side it goes. Pohl trying to send it ahead. Gear trying to get it through as well, but it's sent back the other way. Aaron Shields behind his own net. Looks up ice. Bouncing puck gets to center before it goes back the other way via Bill Franz. Pohl from behind his own net. Works the breakout. Decides against the other side. Comes to the near side for Gear. Pohl works a little help with Gear ahead for Jeff Egan. Back the other way now for Bill Franz, who has been a bit of a wall there at the center red line. Back through it goes for Shields over to Gear, and there it is. Franz is again. He hands it ahead for Lamanna. Lamanna works to the side of the cage, bouncing puck off the side of the net. Back for Ryan Eng, bouncing puck again. Shields will take it away. What a great name for a defenseman. Shields works it back, and we're going to have Lamanna with the puck, and they're going to call him offsides. There's going to be a lot of people lamenting that call.
You said how Shields is a great name, unless you're not stopping anything, because then not really shielding much then.
Well, that's just good to be a defenseman. As a goaltender, you're going to get that joke every single goal against.
Yeah, I would probably change my name if I had.
Yeah, at that point, yeah. 17:40 remains in the second. Face-off won cleanly by George Mason. Back to Baker. Baker will send along the near side boards. Sent the other way by Harry Franz. Cross-ice feed to the far side for Mandeville. Mandeville on the far side gets rubbed off the puck via Zach Cormier. Near side, quick shot in front. Bouncing puck. Took some weird angles. The puck was actually beside the goaltender, Nick Lenker, who dove on it, but he got the whistle anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the referee did what he's supposed to do. As soon as you don't see that puck, you got to call the whistle. And he blew it, even though it wasn't covered up. He did what he was supposed to do.
You lose sight of the puck, that's the whistle. You're absolutely right. Face-off one. Quick shot off of there from Cordova. Bouncing puck over to the far side. Mandeville trying to work it through. Quick shot from point-blank range. Second one from Lenker on the save. Sweeping to the near side and trying to get the sweep check going is Lenker. Nearly took his own player down. Back to the near side. Forced up and out. Baker will have it at his own blue line. Ahead for Mandeville. Swept the other way. We got a 3-on-2 working here. Getting back is Cordova. Baker puts the man into the boards. Over to the far side it goes, Mandeville. Up ahead and then back the other way now for Baker. Baker will flip it ahead, bouncing puck. Stopped there by Joe Callahan. On the near side, Benny Clark pulls it out of the air. He'll get over into Patriot territory. It's up and out. Jordan Ricci will send it return to sender. Patriots working in their own zone. Just 4 minutes into this period. Ahead for David Guiney. Guiney can't keep a handle on it. It's back the other way for Benny Clark. Clark, beside him is Sprankle. Clark will send it around behind the net. To the near side it goes for Mulaney. Mulaney worked hard into the boards by Edler. Behind the Patriot cage is Benny Clark. Clark centering for Mulaney. He can't get it through. Over to that far side point. Callahan will send it just wide of the net. Going after it is Sprankle. Sprankle, backhand shot. Launching it off of a shin pad. Diving in front was Edler. He took Ricci's shot and sent it skyward. What an effort there.
And I don't know how he's not limping off that one, because that looked like it hurt.
Yeah, he dove right in front and took it on the side of the shin pad. There's not much padding there.
Well, and what he did was he turned just at the right moment, because when he went down, he was going with belly up, and he turned just at the right moment as he didn't hit anything vital.
Face off one to the near side. Shields will take it behind his own net. Back in front, shot made, save there on the Ryan Eng shot. 15:24 remains, 1-0 Patriots.
Whaling would just ask for all those shots all night long. He just stood there. He saw nothing but the shooter, squared up. He wants those all night long.
There is no hole in the middle of the chest. It's back to the near side. It sounds like something obvious, but be amazed how many shots go right there in the breadbasket. Far side it goes for Shields. He'll send it back behind the net for Pohl. Garrett Pohl up on the near side boards for Tarek Zagate. Lovejoy Has it again, push it ahead for Bach, who retrieves that one. Still with it as he's worked into the boards by Evangelos. Errant pass goes the length of the ice. Or is that going to be an ice? No, that was a George Mason pass that had just a little too much mustard on it. Back it goes near side for Zagate via Shields. To Pohl, trying to get it through for Bach. Nothing doing there. Ryan Eng had the chance. On the back, it goes for Bill Franz. To the near side for Eng. And ahead for Lamanna. Shields trying to work it away. Lovejoy will take the biscuit. Zagate trying to keep it away from Eng. He succeeds. Bounces it up and out of the zone. Evangelos will have it at center red. He launches it off the backside of Lamanna. Shields will send it ahead, looking a long toss, trying to find Brian Bach. Bach battling for it on the near side. He'll get through for Zagate. Zagate dangles, shot. It's just wide. I think it hit in front for Max Miller. Miller who will take that biscuit now. Taken away by Peugeot. Zagate, one-on-one. He dangles. No, a good stick check there by Evangelos. Near side corner. Peugeot trying to get to it. Carried up ice. Daniel Gassel will have it in his own zone. Ahead for Evangelos. He'll send it deep into Patriot territory. 13:30 remains here in the second. 1-0 Patriots. Puck sent the length of the ice. Carry to the near side it goes. Jeff Egan trying to get that one away. He does. Sends it around the horn for Gassel. Gassel digging for that puck. Jeff Egan will work it away again. Egan in the far corner. Lots of pressure on him from Zach Cormier. And nothing to... Oh, it's off to the far side now for Peugeot. Big hit in the near side boards. Over to the far side it goes. Carried off by Miller. Miller can't keep much of a handle on it, though. It's back behind the Seahawks net. Near side. Gear, Quick shot into the midsection and held on to there by Nick Lanker.
Yeah, we got some words. We got some little conversation going on in front of the net there.
Well, what extracurriculars? Well, it looks like it's just going to be some talking at this point. We'll have to see how chippy it gets as the game goes on. 12:35 remains here in the second.
It's kind of how the first started, John. You know, very kind of back and forth. Not much, going towards the net.
Well, UNCW came out firing in the first 4 minutes of this period. And George Mason has definitely powered back through it. Over the far side goes for Mulaney. Mulaney on the outside. Quick shot in front. Save made on the glove. Rob Sprankle had a chance to get a second one as Shields works him into the boards now. Mulaney knocks a man down. Sprankle will have a chance, and we're going to have a whistle. As I'm not sure if the net was off his mooring or if a man went into the goaltender at that point. We had Tony Cordova stuck on the side of the cage for far too long. It gets to be a bit dangerous.
I mean, at that point, you're just scrapping it. Just try to, either put the puck in the net or try to keep it out of the net. And a little frustration from the Seahawks.
Face off one cleanly by the Seahawks. They're going to send it high, gloved out of the air, and Whalen says, mine. We'll have the face-off to his glove side. Face-off won by the Patriots. Shields will play it ahead for Cordova. To Cordova. Quick shot sent wide to the net. Over for Mandeville. Alex Mandeville. He gets upheld. Legs swept out from under him, but no call. It's come back to the near side for Jordan Ricci. Ricci fakes the shot, decides against it. Tries to drop it back for Sprankle, nothing doing. Sprankle will carry it now. Baker trying to take it off. Ooh, big hit on the side of the cage there. Force it again. It goes for Cordova. Cordova 1-on-2. Looks for the shot. Glove save and a beaut. 11:28 remains here in the second. 1-0 Patriots.
And just have a feeling something's going to break. Just one little mistake, someone's going to break away. Because right now, not much of the action's going one way or the other.
Crowd getting into it. We'll have the face-off won by the Seahawks. It's back around to the near side boards. Picked up by Eng. Eng over to the far side. Bounces puck around on that far side boards. Lamanna will be the last man with it. Lamanna tries to get to the outside. Baker stands tall, and he gets it right back after a little bit of pressure on. Far side it goes. Eng will have it. Baker will stop it in the corner. Tries to send it back behind the net, and he lets Lamanna miss his check, go straight into the boards. That had to hurt.
Got more board than person there.
Guiney had it, but he lost it. Evangelist will send it well wide of the net. Whalen reaching across his body to try and make the save. A dangerous effort at best. Puck sent up and out of the zone. What an effort going there by Dan Vecchio. Far side for Evangelist. Looks to the outside, takes the shot off the stick, and Whalen thought he had it, but it trickled to the outside. At least it's on the outside. Eng takes the shot into a body. Bouncing puck in front. Goes for Miller. Miller can't handle it either. Back over the near side for Andrew Nash. That's the first we've seen him tonight. Well, his first up called his numbers. It goes to the far side for Baker. Sends it the long toss. It's intercepted right now by Bill Franz. Franz drops it off. Looks for the shot. It's picked away. Brian Bach. He's got Zagade beside him. Bach waits, looks, takes a shot, pads, save, and it's recoiled back to the goaltender. Good save by Lanker.
Yeah, Bach was trying to go, looked like he was trying to go 5-hole there, and closed up real quick. The goalie's kind of feeding him in there, and then just, baiting him in there.
Lovejoy will take the face-off, and he's not going to win it, but he's going to battle back to it. Lanker missed the opportunity to pull it back to him to cover it up. In front, trying to find Zagade, nothing doing. He hands it off before Miller can do damage. Quick shot from Shields. Far side now for Lovejoy. Zagade puts it in front. Bach pushing it through, trying to pitchfork it ahead. And it's caught up by Lanker. 9:41 remains. Lots of action right up in front of the net.
Yeah, I mean, George Mason's going hard when they get those opportunities, but I'm not taking anything away from UNC. The Seahawks, when they get their opportunities, they are pushing hard. They want to even this up.
Face-off won by the Patriots. Shot by Buck. What a good opportunity as the puck just rested there. Lovejoy trying to work it ahead. He does. Back behind the net is played away by Joe Callahan. Centers it through. Ahead now for Ricci as the crowd gets into it. Far side it goes for Shields. Delayed offsides as Shields will send to the near side for Zagade. Over to Shields. He'll dump it in. Lanker looks beside him as it comes away again, this time for Dylan Baker. No, I'm sorry, that's Ricci. Ricci with the puck. Over to Sprankler and centers for Clark. Clark with a shot, save made. Cordova will take what's left of that rebound. Just under 9 minutes to play in the second. Cordova trying to put it ahead to Mandeville. Mandeville is held up pretty hard. Ref didn't see it. Puck plays in front and is going to be snapped up there by Lanker. Not sure how that puck even got to the front of the net, but they'll take it.
Yeah, right now, some things they were calling the first, they're not calling as much, But, I mean, it's always the referee's discretion. I mean, let them play right now.
Back to Cordova, takes the shot. It goes immediately off a skate and wide. Evangelist to the near side for Franz. Cordova will keep it in. Works it from this near side corner. Evangelist will pick it up. Go behind his own net, trying to work the breakout to the near side. Doesn't have much time thanks to Mandeville. Eng will play it ahead. Over to the far side for Lamanna. Trying to find it back to Eng. Nothing doing. Shot goes wide. Near side, Dylan Baker. That is, in fact, Dylan Baker, who takes it along the near side. Pushes it ahead for Franz. Franz centers it, trying to find Baker. Shot by Eng, high and wide, just a bit outside. Far side it goes for Gassel to Cordova. Back to Tony Cordova. He dangles to the outside, trying to protect that biscuit, and nothing doing. He's worked hard into the boards. Crowd getting very excited as it comes back to the near side and from back behind the net. Back for Ryan Eng. Eng has it now. We'll send it ahead. Whalen will stop it behind his own net. Baker will leave it off for Pejao. 7:30 remains here in the second. 1-0 Patriots. Near side boards. Gear will send it around behind the net. Lenker will stop it to the side and keep it in this end of the ice. Pushed ahead, trying to find Furtado. Furtado ahead for Miller. Miller beside him is Walsh. Round behind the net. Trying to find that far side. It'll go for Furtado. George Mason will intercept it. It's Daniel Gassel with that puck. Beside him is Gear. He'll take the shot off a shin pad. He'll come back now for Egan. Egan battling for it still. Furtado will take it away. Coming in for it is Gassel. Miller in his own zone. A little bit of pressure on from Egan. Egan doesn't realize the puck was right by him. As it goes back the other way now for Callahan. Shields will have it. Centering for Edler at his own blue line. Now the near side for Gasser. He's going to have just a piece of and that'll negate any icing. Seahawks will play it back out. Pole, no, he'll stop it at the point. He'll send it over the far side now. Vecchio will have it. Sends it down into the corner, trying to play it away for Guiney. Vecchio still with it, back behind the enemy net. Tries to sweep it in front. Trying to get there is Edler, couldn't get a stick on it. Up top for Pole. Pole will play it down to Vecchio. Did he get enough on it? No, he can't get a handle. Now a chance back for Guiney. Guiney for Vecchio. Vecchio just a hot stick, can't seem to keep a puck on it. Over to the far side it goes for Walsh. Near boards, Ricci trying to take it away, and Miller. Good work there. This is great work coming from that's the fourth line of Edler, Guiney, and Vecchio. They've definitely earned their keep for the night. 5:30 remains here in the second. A lot of pressure on by that fourth line. Back round behind the net. Now we'll have the Seahawks on offense. Pass over to the far side, trying to find Tyler Evangelist. He'll have the time to corral it. Puts the shot on. No, it's going to go just wide. I think it deflected in front. Benny Clark trying to get a handle on it and couldn't. Pole will play it away over to the far side now. Lovejoy will take it. He puts the shot up ice, trying to find Bach. It's intercepted by Evangelist and sent right back into the Patriot zone. 5 minutes remain here in the second. Over on the far side. Bach will take it away from Sprankle, but he gets it right back. Clark will have it behind the Patriot net. Trying to play it up top for Evangelist. It's intercepted by Bach. Bach will send it ahead. He has it taken away from him, and the puck just sits right there at the edge of the bench. Dumped in. Bill Franz with it. We'll play it to the far side for Evangelist. Got an awful long time without a stoppage here, as we'll have it still with Franz. Franz carries up ice, sends it now to Mulaney. Mulaney, beside him is Lamanna. Quick shot, save made, into the cage of his mask. Ting. Over the far side it goes. Gassel will take it away for the Patriots. Chipping it ahead for Cordova, who couldn't get it on his stick. 4 minutes remain here in the second. It's 1-0 Patriots. As we'll have another stop here. Now it goes for Franz behind his own net. Ahead for Ricci. Ricci. Gassel looks for the shot. Save made on the pad. The rebound taken away by Dylan Baker. Baker. Quick shot. Oh, Whalen got caught up on the save, and the puck came off his stick with nothing on it. Nearly snuck in a slow ball. Oh, we're going to have a knee-on-knee going here, and Baker is down. Baker is going to be able to skate off under his own power, but he is definitely hurting. I'm speculating that the call is a knee. The question is, will Baker stay in or go off now that he's skating on his own? He went down hard.
He did go down hard, and that's actually the first stoppage of playing at least 3.5 minutes, John. Just waiting on the call. The 5-minute actually put on the board for 17 with 3:34 left in the second period.
So Gino Lamanna in the box for a major.
For tripping. Is that what he said?
It is 5 for tripping. It is the referee's option to make any call into a major call based on the severity. And I guess he didn't lead with a knee. I guess it was a stick to the knee, and it wasn't exactly a slash. So he went with a trip.
And that's the first time I've seen a trip go for a major there. So
I've always known it was in the rule book. I don't think I've seen it other than the occasional kneeing.
you got to take care of players nowadays.
Yeah, it's important. And again, these are collegiate athletes. They're students. Back on the near side, going to be cleared up and out. So we have the all-you-can-score buffet here on the 5-minute major. The power play for George Mason. Far side it goes for Shields. Back to the near side it goes. Trying to get to it is Ryan Eng. Eng will have it sticked away. Lovejoy trying to get back to him. Eng still with the puck. Lovejoy missed the hit. Glove down there by Wayland. That shot looks sneaky. Lovejoy will play it ahead. Zagate couldn't have it through. Ahead now for Lovejoy. He'll fetch his own pass. As he gets back to the far side, Shields will tee it up. Glove save. And Lenker says, get that out of here.
And he was tired of seeing that. And he's like, I have to do another 4 minutes and 19 seconds on this. I'm taking a break.
Nope. Get out.
You're all your score buffet. I was just about to say that,
Well, ever since David Stearns, our other commentating team lead, coined that term, and I love it. All you can score buffet. 2:51 remains in the period. That's going to be more relevant than the 5-on-4 right now. That'll take us into the third. Cordova. Tony Cordova will play it off to, that is the other Cordova, Sev. Tony to Sev in front. Tony with the shot. Blocker save. I think it might have caught the shaft of the stick. Back goes to the near side. Sprankle will tee it up and send it the length of the ice. 2:24 remains in the period. George Mason will be on a power play for the remainder of this period after a 5-minute major for tripping. Pejao will have it at his own blue line. He sends it ahead for Tony Cordova. Cordova couldn't get a handle on it. Mandeville trying to work back to it, and nothing doing there either. Sticked ahead, pitchforked by Rob Sprankle. 2 minutes remain. Carried up ice by Baker. Good to see the assistant captain back out on the ice. Baker will carry the mail to the near side for Cordova. Cordova, who's clearly having problems with his sock, goes over to the far side for Mandeville. Mandeville dangles around one man. His stick hooked up, no calls. Cordova from behind the net. Works it to the side, bouncing puck off the side. And we'll have a pile-up right on 66, right in the middle there. Goaltender Lenker went down hard after. Well, he snapped down on the biscuit, and then his own player landed on the goalie's back. That could not have been pleasant.
It looks like it got to him a little bit. He's shaking his helmet off, checking the neck is working fine, and you never want to see a goalie go down like that. It's always dangerous.
No one really wants to have another player land on them. I mean,
big people.
Yeah. Minute 23 remains. Pohl will have it. He'll work the breakout from behind his own net. Carries it now, sends it to the near side for Lovejoy. Lovejoy will send a long toss ahead for Bach. Bach, the captain, trying to work it ahead. Pitchforks it through, can't get it to the net. Far side it'll go for Zagate. Up top, now for Pohl to the near side point. Far point for Shields. Ooh, nice little pass going there, and a little one-touch. Shields gets it back. He tees it up, and it's deflected in front. It'll bounce to the near side corner. Round behind the net and over to the far side it goes for Bach. Bach up to Shields. To Bach. Down low. Up to Shields. Takes a shot. Bouncing puck. Sails just wide. Garrett Pohl. And it's taken away by the Seahawks. They'll send it the length of the ice. We have just 28 seconds remaining here in the second. Pull will have it. No, it's taken back by the Seahawks. Goes over for Shields. 18 seconds remain. Lovejoy to the far side for Bach. Bach takes the shot off a shin pad, getting back to it, and a little chicken wing save. Catches it in the crook of his elbow. Good save by Nick Lanker.
Yeah, he should be thinking an armpit right now, because if he didn't have it tight enough, I could see just going whoop.
6.6 seconds remain in the period. George Mason will carry about 1:20 of major penalty, major power play, I guess I should say, into the third period. Face off one and clear the length of the ice, and I think that's going to do it. Yes, indeed. He will end the second period of play with the George Mason University Patriots on 1:26. Major power play to finish here in the third. They're up 1-0. I'm John Baranowski. With me is Phillip Prevost here on CrossIceFeed.com. We'll send you to the intermission report right after this.
Once you have performed the secret handshake, you shall be a brother for life.
For the brotherhood of man, we stand together as jackalopes, jackalopes that can. Welcome, Dave.
There are days, and there are glory days.
Greetings from the windy city of Chicago. People here sure are friendly, but some have had a hard time understanding my accent. So, to make sure people get every word of the Geico savings message, I've been practicing how to talk like a true Chicagoan.
Switching to Geico could save you hundreds of dollars on car insurance. Ah, Bears.
You people sure do talk funny.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phil Prevost here on CrossIceFeed.com. 1-0, still your score after two. George Mason going into the third period with 1:26 of power play on the all-you-can-score buffet of a major. So, what have we seen that period a little bit different, especially at the start?
At the start, UNC Seahawks came out, and they were trying to prove something. They were trying to get fast, be physical, and get down to the net. And they had a couple good opportunities, George Mason hung in there. And then it kind of switched to more how we saw in the first period, kind of going back and forth, not many shots. The refs did swallow the whistle. There was a lot more, chippiness a little bit, more horn and stick, stuff like that. They're just trying to keep the game going until Baker went down. Baker, right?
Yeah.
Baker went down on a very nasty knee injury, but he came out a couple shifts later. And he looked okay.
Isn't that the resiliency of a hockey player? I don't even know that he missed a shift, to be completely honest. He was back out there very quick, and he was skating on his own power after going down hard. And I'm sure that wasn't a small injury. I'm sure that hurt.
Oh, I'm sure. I've been watching some of these players dive and take the block shots, and I just feel like, I don't know how they get up in the morning. I mean, I have problems with my knee as it is.
And that's exactly it. Tough people playing a tough sport. And George Mason's playing it tough right now.
Yeah, and they're hanging in there. Low scoring, unlike last night's game. They're keeping it too close to the chest, keeping it still winnable for them.
I think the difference has been the goaltenders. Nick Whalen has done a great job in net, as has Lanker. We have both two Nicks in net. I was just checking my roster, like, wait a minute, they are both Nick. Yes, they are.
Both goaltenders have been spectacular. Just with the lucky bounce for George Mason against Lanker. But I mean, like I said, like we were saying earlier, one shot could change this whole game.
It's all it takes, and that's why It's the beauty of a 1-0 contest. One shot blows it wide open, one shot ties it up. That's all it takes to go from 0 to everything.
You're absolutely right, John.
All right, well, with that, we'll send you the drop of the puck in the third period of play right after this. Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost for the third period of play between the George Mason University Patriots and the University of North Carolina at Wilmington Seahawks. 1-0 is your score. George Mason will be on the power play for 1:26.
I'm kind of curious, John, what George Mason's going to come on and do, because they have some okay looks with the power play, but they haven't scored on it yet, and to waste an opportunity like this, I know it would be very disappointing to them. So I'm kind of curious of what kind of changes that Coach Hychek decided to do in the locker room in between to get these guys to put the biscuit in the net.
We have seen some great work from the back end of the first power play unit of Nick Baker and Ryan Peugeot, and really the second power play unit, the forwards have shown Tarek Zagade, Tyler Lovejoy, and Brian Bach as the forwards there. Both units have done very well. Neither has been able to put it in the net. The lone score coming from Tyler Lovejoy in the first period.
We got a little, kind of a delay here. They were kind of lined up ready to go, and then there's a little huddle, and now we're back to finally getting ready to drop the puck.
Sometimes you just got to wait for the ice to freeze. Peugeot will have it off the face-off win. He'll send it to the far side for Baker. Baker will carry up ice. Now he'll send it to the far side for Sev Cordova. Down behind the net it goes to the near side. Sent the length of the ice and over the far side now as it's stopped by the goaltender in Wayland. As it goes for Baker. Baker to Peugeot. Peugeot to Cordova. As Cordova can't get a handle on it, it's back the other way now. Up and out on the good clear by Max Miller. 35 seconds left on the major power play. Baker to the far side for Mandeville. Has his pocket picked and taken away by Rob Sprankle. Baker working on it again on that far side as it goes for Cordova. The other way now. Sprankle, 1-on-2. Gets around Baker. Dangles, shot, save made as it's sent to the near side boards. Kevin Mullaney will clear it one more time, and that's going to do it on the 5-minute power play. George Mason unable to capitalize. To the near side for Gear. Gear can't get a handle on it. Jordan Ricci will step in for him. 18:20 remaining here in the third. Mullaney to the far side, avoids Pohl. Avoids Egan, but he can't keep it away forever. Gassel had a chance at it as it slapped away from Miller, and Gassel will get back to it. Round behind the net and over to the far side boards. Back again. Far side it goes for Pohl. Up along the far side, back, and a good save made there by Wayland. And he just drops it to the side of the net. Bouncing in front, he scores! Benny Clark will take the feed from Kevin Mullaney after Nick Wayland drops the puck off of the side of the net, and it backfires. We have a 1-8 contest now.
You can feel it, John. You can just feel it. You know, George Mason did not have a shot on the rest of that power play in the beginning here of the period, and just couldn't get it really out of their zone. And maybe Wyland want to keep that puck next time.
17:46 remains here in the third. It's all knotted up at 1. I get the feeling that might have been Clark's first goal because they've replaced the puck. Just speculating on that one, though. Peugeot. And he loses it immediately to Eng. Shot save made by Whalen. He got 2 on that one. Nearly lost his footing. Eng still with it. Shot. Oh, what an opportunity there from Baker. Third shot goes wide. Whalen is going to have no time to stew about that last goal. He just made about 5 quick saves in succession. There's another one from Eng. Ryan Eng on the outside from the far corner now. Plays it through ahead for Baker. Round the horn, it goes over to the far side. Trying to get there is Zagate. Mason unable to get any kind of possession here in the last 30 seconds. Baker finally, he'll send over the far side for Zagate. Tarek Zagate on the outside, takes the shot. Rebound off the pad. Lovejoy couldn't get to it, he was tied up. To the near side, Bill Franz on the outside. Cross ice feed to the far boards for Eng. Shot save made there by Whalen. Up along the near side it goes for Bach. Bach on the outside. Shakes a defender once. Can't get back to the biscuit. Bouncing in front. Shot save made by... That was Guiney who had that shot in front. As Zagate tries to get back to it, but it's played away. Guiney gets back to it. He picks the pocket of Sprankle. Can't stay on his skates afterwards. Rob Sprankle will come back to it. Garrett Pohl will stand him up that time. Aaron Shields in that far side corner plays the puck up ice. Jordan Ricci will go down. I think he sold that a little bit, but he'll get the call. We're going to have a power play for the Seahawks.
Well, they haven't had one yet, John, so I could have put some money on it that they were going to get one soon.
16:01 remains here in the third. It's all tied up at 1.
And right now, it's all Seahawks. You know, after that goal, they have just been and a timeout, which is fairly needed.
Yeah, you can see the wheels coming off the wagon at that point. Andrew Nash into the box. I do believe it's a tripping. We'll have to confirm that from the public address. Let's take a quick talk. Our next games.
Yeah, our next games while we're on the timeout. Next game will be here at the Prince William Ice Complex, September 19th against the University of Delaware. Friday night, 9:30. That's an ACHA game. And there are also another one on the 20th, Saturday, against James Madison University as home again, and that's a 10 p.m. league game.
I think that might be a second one at 9:30. It might have gotten moved up. I could be wrong. Either way, both of them will be on crossicefeed.com/GMU. You can find all that information at George Mason's hockey website, where you can find nice and easy, or you can find it on crossicefeed.com.
And you know that George Mason's going to be looking for a little bit of revenge next Saturday when JMU comes in town from suffering that loss last night at their rink. Face-off
Still being contested over. Finally comes back in that far side corner. A win for George Mason. Played off and over to the far side boards. Quick shot, save made. Oh no, oh no. All right, well, we had a quick technical blip, I think. I don't know how long we were off the air, but hopefully not long. We're going to have another call, another trip. I believe this is going to come against Jeff Egan. Either way, in the 10 seconds we lost there, I'm going to assume you didn't miss anything. As long as you saw that previous goal, we're good. 1:22 remains on the power play, and looks like we're going to have that long on 5-on-3. So 15:23 remains here in the third period of play, all tied up at 1 on a great goal by Benny Clark. Off of a bad decision by Nick Whalen, dropping that puck to the side of the net. Since then, we now have a 5-on-3. As it comes back to the near side, quick shot from Bill Franz goes well wide of the net. Bach will drive to the far side to clear that one away. What an effort going by the captain. 1 minute remains on the 5-on-3.
For those who missed that, they called what was it? Egan for hooking. Number 74.
50 seconds remains on the 5-on-3 power play. Perhaps weathering this storm will give a little bit of momentum back to the Patriots.
Well, it might give momentum to someone, John. Hopefully it's to the Masons.
Rob Sprankle from behind his own net. Drives the length of the ice. Tries to dangle his way around Baker, and he's not going to have it. Far side it goes for Mulaney. Mulaney sets up far point. Goes to Sprankle. Puck intercepted by Bach. Can he clear it away? It's good enough. It's back out to center red. Mulaney with it. Retreats to his own blue line at the pressure of Bach. Callahan. He'll stop it. And it goes over the far side. Ahead for LaManna. LaManna. Far side. Quick shot came there from Sprankle. Back through again. LaManna. Shot goes wide. We're going to have the end of the 5-on-3. We'll have 37 seconds of 5-on-4 now. Quick shot. Save made by Whalen, and this time he knows to cover that up. 32 seconds remain on that power play.
And so far, so good for the George Mason. Whether in that 5-on-3. Only 32 seconds left on this penalty. Let's see if they can come out of it without giving up any goals.
13:55 remains here in the third. It's 1-all. Shot off the face-off. Save made by Whalen. That shot came from Jordan Ricci. Back it goes to the near side. It goes for Tato with it. Plays it up to Ricci. Far side for Baker. To Ricci. To Miller. Miller on that far side on the inboards. Round behind the net it goes. For Tato, over to Ricci. To Miller. He'll try and tee it up. Cut it off the heel of the stick and nothing doing. Good play around the horn by Shields to clear it up and out. We'll have 5-on-5 hockey now. To the near side it goes. For Tato, we'll lose it. Egan trying to battle his way back, maybe earn back some brownie points. He sends it back in that near side corner. Far side, Tyler Lovejoy will take it. Put it behind the net. Play in front, no one able to connect on it. Baker on the far side, puck goes straight up off the deflection. Egan will get back to it. He's upended. We're not going to get any calls on that, though the crowd wants it. Quick shot, save made by Whalen off the long toss from Baker.
And Whalen's just looking at number 34, shaking his head. I don't think so.
12:48 remains here in the third. It's all tied up at 1.
Well, let's hope that the PK boosts George Mason here because did an excellent job killing off those 2 penalties when the Seahawks were coming at them.
Face off 1, finally, by the Seahawks. Shot save made by Whalen on the pad. We're going to have an opportunity in front. Shot save made. Covered up off the Benny Clark opportunity.
Whalen might need to check his mask out after the game because he's had a couple of those pucks and I'm right on the chin part of it, saving him a couple of times.
Hopefully we're not having too many technical difficulties as my monitor keeps going, but okay. We'll figure it out as long as it works. If not, you can check us on YouTube. Tomorrow we should have it up. At least we're going to try. Far side it goes. Ahead for Benny Clark. Clark, who has the lone goal for the Seahawks, has it played in front. Oh, and Clark have another chance at it. He was the man behind the goaltender, and that's never safe. Played up and out. What a great opportunity there, and a better save. Near side for Cordova. 12 minutes remain in regulation. Far side to near. Long toss for Mulaney. He can't hold on to it, thanks in part to Nick Baker. Over to the far side it goes for Cordova. To the near side for Mandeville. Mandeville can't hang on to it. It's going to be Evangelist will have it. He's pushed away by Pohl. Far boards now through for Mandeville at center. Mandeville to the outside. Crowd getting into it. He has the pocket pick, and he's going to trip a man on the way away from it. Looks like we're going to have another power play for the Seahawks. Pushing it ahead now for Clark as we have the goalie off, 6-on-5. Mulaney on the outside. He gets upended, and we're going to have Shields touch up. We'll get the call.
That was not a smart penalty. There was no need to take it. I don't even know was that on purpose, but he got stick in the between the skates, and he pays it 2 minutes in sin bin.
Yep, going to be a tripping call against Alex Mandeville. Face-off won by the Seahawks. Over to that far side. Goes for Sprankle. Sprankle again after it came from Mulaney. Near side for Callahan. Centering pass for Mulaney. Nothing new in there. Sprankle will have it. Cleared long toss. Bach trying to make something of it on the short-handed attempt. Nothing new in there as Bach will get to it finally. Trying to center it for Lovejoy. I love how aggressive the Patriots are being. Back to the near side it goes for Sprankle. Sprankle on the outside. Peugeot is giving him a hard time as he'll mix it up and send it to Bill Franz. Franz, top of the circles. Back to the near side it goes for Sprankle. Shot in front. Everett, they score again on the power play with 10:25 remaining here in the third. It looks like it was number 12, Bill Franz, who got it. We'll get the public address to make sure of that one.
Unfortunately, John, the period started off, George Mason had the more shots, but the last, this whole period, George Mason's only had one shot on net.
Yeah, that is rough. In almost 10 minutes of play, just one shot on net. Puck comes down deep into George Mason territory. Pohl puts the big hit on, then he gets upended. Fighting his way through for Walsh. To the near side. Callahan won't get to it. Instead, it's Egan. Egan's going to be forced away from it. Halfway through this third period of play. Near side corner, it goes for Callahan. He puts it ahead for Miller. So they're saying Kevin Mulaney got it from LaManna and Sprankle. Yes, indeed. This is going to go far side. Alex Furtado has the puck pitchforked away. Good poke check there. Second poke check effort, but it's not enough. Evangelist to the near side for Furtado. Centering pass for Miller. Miller trying to work it through the skates. It's taken away. Good play there by both Peugeot and Bach. Bach still with it. Takes the shot. Glove save, and Lakers going to hang on. It's 2-1 in favor of the Seahawks. 9:08 remains here in the third.
And right now the difference is special teams. George Mason had plenty of opportunities right now to score on the power play. Did not, and then UNC got it, and they were able to capitalize.
And the shots on goal for the third period stand at 10-2 in favor of the Seahawks. That's a pretty telling statistic of control in the third. Peugeot ahead. Now ahead from Bach after Zagate had a chance with it. Bill Franz will push it ahead. Zagata had a chance at it, couldn't keep it on. Eng, quick shot. Oh, off the crossbar and wide. Scary effort here as Bach got knocked down by LaManna. Are we going to get the call? We will. I don't think I've ever seen a goalie skate to the bench as quickly as Nick Whalen just did. He went off like a bullet.
One needs to go back and kiss his crossbar there because that saved, and made this game still 2-1.
In the box will be Gino LaManna. George Mason University Patriots have a chance to get back into it here. A 2-minute power play with 8:35 remaining here in the third. Face-off won by the Seahawks. Stick down, but it's played by a high stick, and they're going to get the whistle. A reminder, Friday and Saturday we will have games here on Cross Ice Feed. 9:30 is the first one, and 10 o'clock is the second. Both here at the Prince William Ice Center. You can find them here at the website you're watching it on, crossicefeed.com. Face-off won by the Patriots. They'll get to center red and dump it in. Picked up by Callahan. Mandeville trying to give pressure. It's kept in by Baker. To the far side now for Cordova. Sev Cordova with that puck. Peugeot calling for it. Won't get it. Instead, it'll go to Mandeville down in the corner. Bouncing puck off the back of the cage. Now that Mandeville has it, he gives it to Peugeot. Peugeot puts it down low. That's Tyler Cordova who has it. He'll send it to his brother on the far corner. Up top to Baker. He'll launch a shot. Mandeville was knocked down in front, and we're going to have a touch-up. We're going to have 5-on-3 again. A minute 20 again. A good chance for Mason to come back with this one.
Yeah, they called that cross-check there. Can't be too physical in front of the net and push him down. Big no-no.
Joe Callahan going to the box. Maybe his son Tommy can go and take care of it. You got to do something away from the auto parts business. Callahan is a good company.
Callahan Auto from Ohio.
I've been making that joke all night, and it's the first time I'm really making it obvious. Bach. Peugeot. Over to Baker. Near side for Bach. Quick shot off the pad. Zagate had a chance at it, couldn't hold on. Back the other way now. Baker stabbing at it, can't seem to hold on. Peugeot will have it at his own blue line. George Mason will have to recoil and regroup. Into the enemy territory now. Peugeot has it. He'll send it around the boards. Trying to get there is Bill Franz. He will, but it's going to be kept away by Baker. Baker, top of the slot. To the near side for Bach. To Peugeot, near point. Far point for Baker. Quick shot, goes off his skate. Bach has it. Tees it up. Shot off the side of the cage. I think the goaltender had a piece of it. Went off the separators in the glass. Peugeot will hold on. Top of the slot. Looking over for Bach. Bach over to the far side now. Oh, and Baker takes a tumble. He caught a rut in the ice. And back the other way now for Ryan Eng. Eng going to kill some valuable time here. We have 25 seconds remaining on the 5-on-3. Tyler Lovejoy carries the mail. Gets to the blue line, drops it off for Bach. Bach to the top of the slot. Working his way into it. Now on the near side half boards as Lovejoy's knocked down in front. Pole fans on it. It's back the other way now for Dylan Baker. In a bit of a foot race and going to be knocked down. We're going to get the call and it's still going. We got Baker. Quick shot, save, he scores. Dylan Baker will score the short-handed opportunity and put him up 3-2.
And Coach Hijack is livid. I can see his face so red from here. He's not happy about something.
He's saying, I guarantee it, that Lovejoy touched the puck and it should have been whistled. And I tend to agree with him. I mean, the call was against Ben Lovejoy all the way back at the blue line. No, that was at center red, really. No, it's with the ACHA, they follow the NCAA rules, and that was 3 years ago now. I'd have to check my mind against the facts. They will still keep the penalty. It will not be waived off after that goal.
Interesting rule change there.
It's meant to make penalties mean a little bit more, I guess. Give teams a little more reason to fight past that whistle and so on. So we'll have 34 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey, followed by an abbreviated power play for UNC-Wilmington. 6:29 remains here in the third. 3-1 Seahawks. Evangelist will take it after the face-off win. Interference will be the call. Shot sent wide off of Whalen. He will snatch back and grab it.
George Mason's just got to realize there's still plenty of time. Just don't lose your cool right now. I mean, I understand people are frustrated and may not agree with the calls, but just keep your head in the game and keep it winnable still.
And Whalen is moving quick. I mean, it's almost like he's been wound extra tight after that. He's springing back. Definitely not his fault. He's left one-on-one on a shorthanded attempt. So he's still looking to be a wall backstopping this team, but got to get something going on the offense.
Yeah, it is. And it just kind of falls back to the whole power play issue. They had some decent looks there. At one point, they had the goalie beat, but they just couldn't get the puck on that stick and, shoot it in.
Face-off won Baker will send it back around for Shields. To the far side for Baker. Ahead as Lovejoy tries to send it away. It's cleared away, and it's going to be chased down now by Rob Sprankle. Sprankle spins around behind the net. Back through the pitch and catch there with Joe Callahan. Quick shot off the glove. Sent up but not out. Kept in by Callahan. Over to the far side now for Sprankle. Back in front, trying to work the tic-tac-toe to Mulaney. And he had him open on the back door.
Just whiffed on that.
Mulaney, top of the slot. Far side for Sprankle. Cross ice to Callahan. Top to Mulaney. Over now to Sprankle. Sends it behind the net to the near side boards, where it's going to be sticked away. And it's intercepted in front, but it's not enough. Mulaney's still with it. And then trying to work it again was Bill Franz, but he had 4x6. We got 25 seconds remaining on the penalty kill for the Patriots. Lovejoy knocked down hard at center. Fans not liking that one at all. Far side it goes for Benny Clark, who got the first tally of the night for the Seahawks. Clark now to Callahan. To Clark. For Franz. We're going to have the end of the power play as Boston puck in front. And it's going to be waved off as the puck was in the back of the net, but it was knocked down by a high stick. I think it was a pretty easy call. The stick clearly above the crossbar. George Mason will get away with a little bit there because that was a tough situation.
And unfortunately, that was a decent-looking power play from the Seahawks. They had Waylon moving left to right, and he was spinning on his head. And they just had a high stick to push that puck in, and no goal.
But George Mason has to know that it's not over until you hear that final buzzer. Fastest 2 goals in NCAA hockey is 2 seconds apart. Fastest 2 in the NHL are 4 seconds apart. It's possible. All it takes is 2 shots, and you have a whole different game. So it goes now for Egan. It's taken away now by Max Miller. Miller will take the shot, and it's off of the skate. Round behind for Shields. He'll push it ahead to Gear. Gear ahead. Now Egan. Egan gets rubbed off of it. Gear will drive into the man. Back to now for Egan. Can't get a handle on it. Shields away from a pole. No, it's taken away. We have a 2-on-1 here with Furtado and Miller. Miller to Furtado. Shot, save made. Bouncing puck in front. Taken away. Back now to Miller. Shot, save made. Up top to Ricci. Shot off the shin pad of Pole. Pole to the far side. Cleared up, but not out. Held in for Walsh's pads. Finally out past that blue line. And we're going to have a little bit of offsides there. Lines are going to be a bit forgiving as Mason will take it away now. The other way for Furtado, and Egan visibly upset by that. I think his stick might have broke. Either that or some tape is coming off. Back in front it goes. Cordova can't handle it.
It's tape.
Just too far past him. A little better tape than a stick. It's a little bit of a difference in cost.
Yeah.
3 minutes remain in the third. In the near corner, of enemy territory, it's taken away now. Centering pass for Ryan Eng. Eng takes a shot high and wide. It comes back around to the near side boards. Centered. Eng has it back. He'll chip it in. Pejao chases after it. Over to the far side. It comes for Baker. Cordova gets back to it. Centers Mandeville. Bit too far for him. Tony Cordova along this near side trying to work it through. Nothing doing. Ahead it goes for Eng. Ryan Eng, quick shot off the glove. Can't hang on to it. Whalen had a third save there now as it comes back behind the net. 2:15 remains in regulation. Up top it goes for Callahan. Down into the corner. That was Lamanna. Back now, quick shot. Save made. Whalen hangs on. No, it was out. It was pulled away from the goaltender and chipped into the back of the net. It's going to be 4-1 now with 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
Whalen's talking to Lonnie there for a second. I don't think he really liked that one. From here, we couldn't see it anymore. I thought he had it between his pads, and I guess it was sitting right behind him, and the Seahawks were able to push it in.
I thought for sure he had it covered. Sometimes it's a good thing there's a bit of delay from the feed going through the internet and to your computers, because I'm watching it on my my monitor here to see if I can get a replay. No, I can't tell anything from it. I guess it just was beside him on the far side of the net, and nobody knew but a lone Seahawk. We'll see who got that goal from the public address. In the meantime, Brian Bach has it. Quick shot goes just wide. As it comes back through along the near side boards. Long toss will go, and looks like we're going to have an icing call. No, it's going to be waved off. Gino Lamano will get the first one. So Dylan Baker will get the assist on Lamana's goal. We have 1:12 remaining here in the third period. The fastest 3 goals are just 21 seconds apart, scored by the 1970 Boston Bruins. Let's hope for a little bit of magic here as it goes for Zagata. 1 minute remains. Lovejoy now along the outside. He has the lone goal for the Patriots. Bach battling behind the net. Puts to the far side. Pejao can't hold on to it. They're going to have to retreat. Cleared back in, and Bach going right back after it. No, it's sticked away. A good poke check effort there by Franz. Kept in by Guiney. Guiney back with it. Over to the far side. Picked up by Miller. Miller. Quick shot. Save made. And Wayland is not happy as Alex Furtado got a little too close.
I actually think he got a stick in between the arm a little bit, and he was throwing it out.
He was not pleased. 20.9 seconds remain here in the third. 4-1 your score in favor of the Seahawks.
Crowd still cheering them on even with this much time left.
Just 10 seconds remain as George Mason will flip it ahead. Vecchio with one last chance. Shot, save made on the blocker. But they battle to the end, and that's what matters. It's the heart. The heart that we talk about now, and I think the referees are going to have to stay close for the handshake line. Well, the scoreboard does not tell it all. George Mason played a great game tonight, but the third period let them down. They could not get it in the back of the net.
And we didn't get to see last night's game, but they gave up 3 goals in the third period last night too. Once again, the third period does let them down, but they played a tough game. This period, though, they only had 5 shots compared to 15. So UNC came out and dominated and got those 4 goals on 15 shots.
All right, well, I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. We're going to go for a commercial break, a quick one, and we'll come back for the post-game show right after this.
Hockey rivalries are tough, but saving money with Geico is easy. Geico, proud partner of the NHL.
You call yourself a muskrat?
There are days, and there are glory days.
Welcome back, sports fans. John Baranowski here with Phillip Prevost. 4-1 your final score. George Mason scored first. 4 unanswered goals. For the second time in 2 nights, couldn't hold on in the third.
No, and I think the biggest problem right now is the power play. They had so many opportunities. They had the, 2 5-on-3s during the game too, and they had some really good looks, but they just can't capitalize on it right now. And I bet you that's one thing that the coach is going to be talking about tomorrow.
And that's just it. It's not like the positioning was bad. It's not like the fundamentals look bad. Some of it's just puck luck. Some of it's knowing when to squeeze that trigger and take the shot. And again, we're talking about it's college hockey. The training camp is minimal. You have 3 days of tryouts, and you start getting into practices. They've had probably about 2 weeks now, maybe total, and that's probably being generous. So this is something that builds in time.
Yeah, it's a long season, and they still look good. Just that third period, they still have to clean up the third period and see if they can get that W in there.
And and that might be something as simple as conditioning, which when you're skating every day, you start to get you start to fix that. You get your hockey legs back. Right. Again, this is an early season game, and those problems happened in the third period. We saw it manifest, and I look for nothing but good things from here.
Right, and it wasn't Whalen. He was brilliant. He conditioning for him, I don't think he needs that much. He was going left to right, moving faster than I've seen any really goalie in a while.
And the more he got scored against, the quicker he looked.
Right. Well, I don't know if that's because he felt like he had to be quicker just to make sure he tried to stop the pucks. But, I mean, he looked pretty good. You can't blame this game on him.
Absolutely not. Well, I guess it's going to wrap it up for us. We will be back here next week. 9:30, I believe, is the game on Friday against the University of Delaware, and that's going to be a good game. University of Delaware's ACHA Division I team won a national championship just a few years ago. They have a good program out there. I don't know much about the D3 team, but that's what this week of research is going to be for.
I look very forward to watching that game.
And they'll certainly be stoked. All right, well, that's going to wrap it up for us here on CrossIceFeed.com. I'm John Baranowski. He's Phillip Prevost. Good night, everybody.